Hey, Thomas, can you hear me? Hey, Thomas, can you hear me? I cannot hear you on this end. Let me be sure. Yeah, you guys check your sound there. I can't hear you on this end. I don't know if you can hear me there or not. You know this is being recorded, right?
That's okay.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Got me in my natural state.
Yeah, it is being broadcast all over the world right now.
Good. Yeah, I got on earlier in my car on the way home and saw you eating.
Oh yeah, I was eating goldfish. Red ones
Hey,
and green ones too.
what?
That's I was eating red ones and green ones too.
Oh, okay. So is the meeting over?
No, I don't know if they can hear us or not. Can you hear us, Thomas?
Oh,
Yes, so. We
I'm sorry.
will see.
I didn't know you were right in the middle of the meeting. Sorry.
No, no, we just they just got on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll have to do a dry run of this next time.
Yeah, he's hung up. He's stuck.
Yeah, but, hey, Thomas. All right, let's see here. Okay, he can hear you, but not clear.
Earlier when I got on, it was a bunch of noise. I couldn't understand either.
Really? Okay.
But now I can hear you fine. I think it's the internet connection.
Really? Okay. Okay. Thomas, can you hear us now? Let me look at the settings here. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Thomas, can you hear us? You know, Laura, we could take a system like this though, and if we could get it to where we're broadcasting into, say, 100 homes every night, all over the country, one day all over the world, it would be so exciting. Even if we had 7 or 8 people at the bottom with groups,
Right.
I mean, that is, you know, that's the technology we could really utilize.
Yeah, I told Barry to get on there, Barry and Joy. There he is.
Hey, man, we want to see you in that squirrel cage.
Oh gosh.
You see it? Can you see that squirrel cage?
Oh my gosh.
Let
Be
me see. All I
still.
see is,
Yeah, be still for a minute with it.
yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen. Yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen. Yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen. Yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen. Yeah, you got to talk so it'll go to your screen.
Hey, hey, Lulu, your daddy's on TV. Daddy Denson. Where you at, Lulu?
Barry, you know that meeting's live, don't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was
What I said
done.
when I got on. They're having a hard time.
I thought it was just us.
I got on and stuck my tongue out, and Denson said, "Hey, you know this is being recorded, right?"
Barry, I'm glad you got clothes on, brother. Oh, boy.
Meeting going on, huh?
And remember to turn your camera off after it's over.
Oh, there's Thomas's old bald head.
They're having problems though. They can't hear us or see us or whatever. There he goes.
Thomas, can you hear us?
Laura, you look like that's a mug shot.
You got half of your face, so I wouldn't be talking too much.
Oh, boy.
Man, this modern technology is something. All right. I'm centered up now.
All right. Here. Thomas says a lot of static. Sounds like your voice is muffled. He can hear us, but we can't hear you, Thomas. Hey, Thomas, if you move your mouse up top, you'll see a settings, and just be sure that when you click that settings, that your camera and your microphone is set. Like if you got an external camera, you have to set it to the external camera, but double check your settings on that. What is Barry doing?
I'm waving to the camera.
Hey, Thomas, if you can hear me, I can go on and do this.
Thomas, if you can hear me, jump up and down. It's pretty funny. It's all right. I like this.
It's reality TV, man. What are you saying? Man, what is he looking for, the Cowboys? What are you doing, Thomas? All right, let's see here. Can you see and hear us? No.
Is he on the channel? We've got his backside. There he goes.
Huh?
All right, Barry, are we ready for the 21st?
We are. We're getting there.
All right, good deal.
We are ready.
We are going to make it happen. And your organization as well, and try to get people to identify people that they know in Huntsville.
Yep.
And that's another way to get your meeting. Oh, you know what, too? You guys are going to have to mute your mics when I talk, once I start, so it won't be feedback.
Okay.
Well, that looks like an expensive necklace you got on there, Laura.
Nah. Just old cheapy.
Oh, man.
He's back.
There it is.
Where y'all at? Oh, there you are. I didn't get you. That's different.
There we go. All laid up on Barry.
Here.
All right. What's up?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. With all you people
Is it clear? Real funny. Is it real clear?
I see the baby. Hey, baby.
This is a hey. Hey. Dancy, can you hear us clear?
Not real clear, but I can hear you. Hey, Barry,
Give me
mute
one.
your
Okay,
line if you would, okay?
What?
I was telling Barry to
Give me
mute
1
it.
minute. Oh. Let me see how it goes. No. Okay.
All right, Thomas said that you guys can hear us. Tell me what you want to do at this point. Wow. You ever heard of a better mousetrap? Joy's got a better mousetrap.
Dancer, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. It's kind of muffled. Am I still muffled on your end?
A little bit, but we hear you a lot clearer. You can talk. We can actually hear you.
Okay. All right, great. Now I see who you got in the room. What do you want me to do?
Well, they want to talk about weekly meetings. I seem like that was a little concerned because it looked like they get pumped up for a, and we just tell Laura Bear, with the same everywhere too much. They get pumped up when people come to town at big meetings. It shouldn't be like that. We just suggested we keep these going because either we can meet
You know what, Thomas? You must have a bad connection on your end, but I think you want me to talk about the future of you all's meeting there. Is that give me a thumbs up?
What? Meetings.
Okay.
Meetings.
All right. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what I think you need to do is this. If I was in Memphis, this is what I would do. I would.
Listen,
You've got to have a weekly meeting in order to build it. And Thomas, why don't you mute your line out? You know, your mic out there.
Okay. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, great. That way we don't get the feedback. But basically, what you want to do is this. If I was there, we would have to have a meeting every week. And the thing of it is this. If you don't have that meeting in place for your people to plug into, just know that they're going to drop out of the business, okay? Because if they're not around the people that are doing what they want to do to get the encouragement and all that, then it's all irrelevant, okay? They are going to definitely drop out of the business. So I think Saturday is a real good time for that because you can pipe in our training for Saturday, and then you can take an hour after then. If somebody's got guests or whatever, you could show the business. You could, it's a lot that you can do on Saturday. Now, what we used to do in Excel is this. I had, and I wish I had one of those SWOT manuals that I had. It was called Steve's Weekly Action Team. We called it the SWAT team. And it was a meeting format that took our meetings to literally hundreds of people. We'd have over 100 guests on a Monday night. Every Monday night we'd have 400 or 500 people, and that basically came from the meeting format. And I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down tomorrow and just really focus. And I know I can remember exactly what we did, but it was down to every intricate detail. And what I mean by that is this. We would delegate things to people. So we had a greeting team, and that would be 2 or 3 people at the front desk to sign people in. We'd have a couple people at the door to greet people when they came in. We would have all leaders to be there at least 30 minutes early, so a new guest would always, new guests would never come in and not have people to greet them, okay? We'd have name tags, red hot guest, and blue was for reps. So if we saw a red name tag, then we'd make it a point to go over to that person. We'd just write the first name in big print. So if Laura came to the meeting, hey, Laura, how's it going? It's good to have you here. It makes people feel special when you call them and acknowledge them by their first name. We would also have, like, say if your computer and projector needs to be set up, assign a couple of people to that. If music equipment needs to be set up, assign a couple of people to that. We really utilize music a lot because music is what creates the emotion, and that's what created the emotion. So it's several things we would do with music. One of them is we would have music playing, and I can get you playlist over, but we would have music playing as people came in, and you want to play the right kind of music. You don't want to play jazz. You don't want to play love songs. You don't want to play blues. You don't want to play rock. You know, you don't want to even play Christian music because it's not church. You want to play upbeat music, kind of stuff that you would hear at a sports event or something like that. Why? Because you want to create that excitement and get people excited. So if you've got the music pumping 30 minutes before the meeting starts, by the time the meeting starts, because we used to tell people 15 minutes earlier than the actual start time. So if the start time was 7:30, we'd tell people 7:15. We wanted to get them in there early so that that emotion would get going from the music that was playing. And then, of course, for every speaker that came up, we would bring them up with fanfare. And what I mean by that is, and I tried to do that this weekend, but you have to kind of be trained for that, because this is what happens. All right, like say if we call Thomas up, then Thomas has to know how to deal with that. So if Thomas is going to come up, he's not going to get right into what his part of it is. He's going to let that music play for a minute. Let people clap. We used to teach people to get up, give everybody a standing ovation, go crazy when a speaker comes up, because that elevates that person to the point to where people would really pay attention when they spoke. So every speaker that came up, we would bring them up to music. We'd teach the crowd to get up, give them a standing ovation. And, you know, it's just certain things that, and like I said, I'll draw this out, but we'll start, you know, building from that. And we used to actually create the excitement in the room. We create the enthusiasm, and I'll teach that in Atlanta, here in Atlanta, and we'll make it happen. And every time we do a training in an area, we'll for sure have it down for those trainings, because if we got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 people, and let's say that you hook brand new people up and you committed them to the next event, just hop in the car with me and go to this event. If you've got that in the room and it's a lot of emotion and all that, people it'll take it from the head to the heart, and they'll come back very excited, and they will, you know, really go with it. So that is, you know, I'll take you step by step, because again, it's not something that happens overnight. We have to teach it to you, but when you learn it, then you'll start to apply it, and it'll just become a way of life. And when you get it down to where everybody knows and another reason you want to assign things to people, you want to give people jobs, is because they are less likely not to show up if they've got a certain job that they know they have to do. So that's you all's first step, is I'll draw up a list of everything that has to be done, and you commit people to it. You might call you know, a couple of people that you know you can count on, like maybe Dama Stewart and let's say that you call Dama Stewart and, you know, Dama and Samantha, and you're gonna tell them, look, we need y'all to be over. We need you to be over the, you know, the greeting table. Well, they are going to be there, and you tell all your leaders, I need you here 30 minutes ahead of time. They're going to be there. So that's the one thing that will help to grow your meetings. And, you know, CJ remembers this from that time. Hey, Laura, if you'll mute your mic, because with this system here, yeah, it'll you know, it goes from one person to the other. But I'll work with you guys on that, and if y'all are ready to do it, let's do it. And what I would say is this: keep your Tuesday night going, maybe even keep Thursday night going. I think y'all need to pull together one night a week, get in houses outside of that time, and then pull together with Jason's Deli on Saturday. But if you had a light meeting tonight, your numbers weren't there, you almost need to pull a call together with everybody and just tell them, you know, and express to them that, hey, we've got this thing up and running, but we've got to run it to the next level before we lose it. And if you want me to get on a call with you guys, you know, I'll definitely do it. In fact, if we do a call tomorrow night or the next night or whatever it is, I'll get on a call and I'll talk about what we want that meeting to be as well. So, Thomas, is there anything else you want me to cover? Man, have they all left? Oh, Thomas. Hey, Laura.
I guess you can hear.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, we'll like to set up a call tomorrow and have you on as far as the meeting's concerned. Because we really work hard, and it's just too much hard work and too much effort. And we're trying to go to the next level. Right now, we have the momentum. And I don't know if it's some kind of lazy mentality people have, just relax. But your business is not going to work. You're not going to make money. You're just not going to be successful if you don't have weekly meetings. Because weekly meetings inform you on things that done happen, things that's going to happen with the company, big quarterly meetings like yourself in Atlanta, and everything else that's going on. So you have to have weekly meetings. And we want to keep up. Now, I keep with CJ and Tamara and Earl, and we'll talk about one meeting in one place, one day out of the week, and then have the training on Thursday. But I think bringing them both things together, it's just a lot stronger.
Yeah, I heard most of what you're saying, and it makes sense. And you know, again, you guys just decide. You already got Tuesday night established, and you all know how powerful it is to get in and out of houses because you've done that. Well, you want to get in and out of the houses, funnel them back to the meeting, but you do need a Saturday morning training going on, and you guys know how to do that because we broadcast into your area, you know, before. So I would say absolutely, man. Just stay focused on getting that done, and you know, let's just. The only thing that we've been missing is, okay, first off, I'm gonna give you the format to build your, you know, to really large meetings on a regular basis. And again, the way that you get people to show up is you have to commit them. If they know they got a job, they're gonna come. If they don't feel like you're counting on them, they may come, but they may not come. Think about how powerful those meetings were. You know, we had a job in it all, but that's what you have to do is you have to delegate. When they get involved, you say, look, what is your offering? Well, I present with my company, I do this, okay, great. I'm just saying, you know, how you can contribute to the team. So would you have a problem doing this? Can we count on you? And they say, absolutely. They're going to be there every week because they got a job to do. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. What if, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We can give them assignments. So you want me to get some more tickets printed and we go ahead and promote the Atlanta meeting and we can just sell the tickets for them?
Yeah, that'll be great. And you all let me know, because I'm getting every other word, that you're saying. But just call me, let me know, shoot me a text over or whatever. And is that Bill Britt I see in the back of the room?
Yeah. That's him, man. They talking about the tickets. You want me to what is waiting?
Yeah, if Earl do what he needs to do, I'm going to tell him Bill Britt is watching you.
He said Bill Britt rolling over his grave.
Look, I need I want to get 30 people to and so I'm going to start promoting that and selling those. And also I don't have $30 times 30 tickets in my hand. So I could probably use one of those great tickets that you get.
No. I'm gonna get some. He want me to get some more tickets printed. Man, that's what he said. You want me to print some more tickets, right?
Yeah. Just do what you need to do, man.
Yeah.
But see, what he's talking about is what you call it? And then turn money in, like Saturday, when they turn money in on time.
What they saying is like, give them something duplicate, right? No, give them a ticket, and by a certain date, they turn the money in. If they don't turn the money in, then you get the ticket back. I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just sell them if I were you guys. Let's talk about that tomorrow.
Okay. See,
Because see, what you don't want to do is you don't want to devalue it, and I think that might devalue it if you do it that way.
He said if you do it that way, devalue the ticket.
You guys tell them, say, look, it's a $50 training. It's going to be $50 at the door. Get your ticket up front because you're going to get it for $30.
Earl said he's going to sell the tickets and get the $30.
Okay. Well, Bill Britt is watching.
Okay. Tamara said, but you need a deadline.
A deadline as far as till it goes.
Turn in the money.
Tell them whatever you want to. It don't matter.
Okay.
But you know what? I need y'all to know I'm proud of y'all. You're stepping up and you're committed to make it happen, and it's going to happen. And we just gonna take step by step. I'm gonna give you the same meeting format. CJ will tell you how effective it was, and we'll duplicate it. But the thing that you have to do is this. You know how you promoted this weekend and you put the numbers in the room? You got to promote every week that way, because you got to understand the new people that are coming, they don't know Tamara Henderson from Diane Chapman, or they don't know Thomas Henderson from Denson Taylor, or they don't know Linda Rogers Brown from CJ Ben. Unless CJ got a dress on, you sure can't tell. So you just have to really learn how to promote every week as an independent event, if that makes sense, and that'll help with your numbers.
Okay. Y'all hear me?
Hey, Linda Rogers, Ben, what's up?
You gotta be. He said Memphis is gonna rewrite the books for Xooma.
That's right. We're all team players. We'll do whatever we have to do.
All right, we're good, man. That
Okay.
concludes
All right.
it. Unless you got something else to talk about.
I love all of y'all. Like play cousins. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man.